And we are on, folks. How is everybody? All righty, all righty. Ooh, look at this. What a big group we have today, everybody. Isn't this awesome? It's almost like, I don't know, NAR did something that is affecting everybody and everybody's afraid of it. Well, here's what we're going to do. While we're letting everybody get on the call here, because we have a few people that are straggling in, there's hundreds of people on the call. What we're going to do is we're going to take a couple of seconds here. I hope everybody can hear me, see me, all this kind of good stuff. What we're going to do, we're going to take a couple of seconds. Here's what we're going to do as a group. Okay, here as a group, I'm going to count up to 5, and as I count up to 5, you're going to take a big breath in. All right, you can take a big breath in as we count up to 5. Ready? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody, breath in. Okay, let it out. Everybody relax. Here's why. Today, whether you are a Career Compass member, a C4 member, or somebody who owns our greatest hits, those own 3 products that we have, whether you're all of those, none of those, one of those, or 2 of those, what I'm going to do today is something that we've never done before. And I'm going to literally show you exactly what's going on with this NAR thing. And by the way, just so you'll know, to tempt your whistle a little bit here, everything you're hearing on the news, everything you're hearing from the board, most meetings that you're having are completely and totally wrong. 100% wrong. It's unbelievable. I went on a radio show yesterday and gave this explanation of what's happening. And the radio show host and all the listeners like, I've never heard this version before. I didn't know this. Oh my God, he's right. Blah, blah, blah. All right. So welcome to today's class to everybody. If you do not know me, then hello. And welcome. If you do know me, hello and welcome back. My name is Beef Wellington. Yes, like the food. Beef Wellington. It's actually Wellington Pendel II. But who wants to say Wellington Pendel II? Nobody does. So if I'm in a bar and I'm standing next to a guy I don't know and we're watching the March Madness and we're slapping hands, like, yeah, it was great. I say, hey, what's your name? And he goes, Jim. I say, my name's Wellington. First thing out of his mouth is, dude, like Beef Wellington? That's hilarious. So there you go. Get it out of your system. I am Beef Wellington. And I work for the Career Compass, the Career Compass. I want you to write that down. The Career Compass, 3 words as in THE, career as in what you do for a living, and compass, meaning like the nautical directional instrument, COMPASS.com. By the way, you want to write that down. You'll need it later. I promise you. I work for the Career Compass, which is the #1 real estate agent training company in the state of California, soon to be the country, and in some places already the country. Because what we do is so unique and so unusual that most people are shocked. They're blown away by what we do for them. We have tools, techniques, and sales systems that work like magic in today's world that most realtors, even your top producers, have never even heard before. So what we're going to be doing here today is not only going to be talking about Career Compass, because it's absolutely something you are going to 100% need if you're planning on staying in this business, but we're also going to completely dismantle this whole DOJ, NAR, and MLS thing completely, because it's not at all what you are thinking it is, most likely, and not at all what all these pundits and YouTube people are talking about. Not at all. All right. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So I got several requests right up front to explain exactly what Career Compass does. So literally, I'm going to be taking 5 minutes, no more than that, to blitz you. Most of you already know what it is because you're already Career Compass members. You've been to our seminar. You know this. Just for the few people that want it, I'm going to blitz you right up front, and then we'll just talk about it at the end. And by the way, at the end, we are going to be answering everybody's questions about the DOJ, MLS, NAR, CAR, everything. We're going to be answering everybody's questions, so stick around. We'll answer everybody's questions. This is my whole day. All right? Now, let's go ahead and talk about what's going on here. The new world of real estate. As of Friday was what we call a marker in time. What's a marker in time? A marker in time is something that's so significant that it divides time up into 2 spots, like everything before that and everything after that. Like when JFK was assassinated, or 9/11, or any of that kind of stuff. A marker in time. People are going to say, well, was this before the DOJ NAR announcement or after? That's what it is. And the entire real estate world is now different. It's completely different. But here's the thing. It doesn't have to be different for you. If you are on this call, and raise your hand if you're not here. Okay? If you're not here, raise your hand. So I'm going to assume that everybody who's on the call is on the call. So here's the thing. The fact that you're on this call, this will be the one differential information that will make the difference of you being in jeopardy of failing out of this business or succeeding. That is my promise. Now you're thinking, well, Wellington, that's a wild boast. Tell you what, I want you to do this. I want you to tell me at the end if I fulfilled that promise. Okay. This right here, what you're going to be talking about, and I'm going to be talking to you about, will be the actual thing that decides whether most realtors get out or get in. Because here's the thing, National Association of Realtors has already conceded that as of Friday, 30% of all the realtors in this country are going to be getting out of this business. Now, when they concede 30, they probably mean more like 50 or 60. Don't let that be you, because here's why. What happened on Friday does not have to be the doomsday that it will be for some agents. It actually can be the number one thing to explode your business. I'm going to say that again. What happened on Friday for about half the realtors, especially the ones who understand what I'm about to be explaining to them, it will be something that will explode their business, not cut it. Now, that sounds like really contrary to what we've been hearing, and that's exactly what we're going to be talking today. Now, here's what basically the news has been saying. Realtors just wrote a $600 million check to bail themselves out of cheating us. Do you hear that? You hear that line? One version of that or another, all over the news media. So what are we saying? We just told all of our customers that we've been cheating them for 30 years because we just wrote a $600 million check to get out of it. So much for the appeals, so much for anything else like that. It is a new world of real estate. Let me ask you a quick question. The way you market your business, and 99% of all marketing out there, and 99% of all of the training you're ever going to get as a real estate professional comes down to three things: door knocking, cold calling, and database management. So let me ask a quick question. So every news media out there is telling all of your customers that you've cheated them for 30 years. And what you're going to do to regain that confidence and those relationships is you're going to go ahead and continue to door knock, cold call, and database management and just go, well, gee whiz, I've been calling you every 90 days and I've been using the Ford method, family, occupation, recreation, dreams. We've all learned that garbage 1,000 times. That's what you're going to do? No. Ladies and gentlemen, what you must have, and what every single Career Compass member have, and especially every C4 member has, is new systems of marketing your business that show the seller numerically how you are not only worth your commission, but you're worth 10 to 50 to 100 times more than any other normal realtor. You must have that in the future or you're dead. So I got news for you. Door knocking, cold calling, and database management is dead, folks. Everybody thinks that we cheated them. You must do things differently, and that's exactly what we're going to be teaching you today. Now, you must have new systems that allow you to show the seller and the buyer, because some of you are going to have to be signing exclusives. I will get to that as well. Okay, numerically, that you are worth your commission and more. That's what's going on. All right, now to kind of keep up with the promises I made to a couple of people here, we taught this class yesterday to the thousands of C4. C4 is our monthly coaching thing, our monthly Zoom online, and it's amazing. It is something that should be mandatory for every realtor. And if you ask the realtors that we had on our call yesterday, this very call, they say the same exact thing. Thousands of realtors that we have. We did this very call yesterday, and we were getting comments like, "This will change the way I approach this. This made it clear. This made it." Watch this. Here's a couple of comments. In my opinion, C4, which stands for Career Compass Concierge Connection, which is our coaching, okay? And Career Compass. And by the way, Compass, we are not affiliated with the real estate brokerage Compass at all. No affiliation. We are the Career Compass. 3 words, thecareercompass.com, not Compass Brokerage. Okay, is the only way forward. Here's another one. This is just yesterday. These are top producing agents in the state of California. In the last 10 years, Career Compass Coaching is responsible for over $100,000 every year of my GCI. If this industry is going to actually survive, C4 and Career Compass Coaching should be mandatory as NAR membership. Ooh, that was a good one, wasn't it? Ready? Can C4 replace my membership at CAR, please? How about that one? I bet you most of you were hoping for that one, okay? Except the board president, the president-elects of the boards, okay? Career Compass has been so important. This is a great one. I learned this from Joe Crispillo, Broker Joe up in Sacramento, a great guy. Career Compass has been so important in my career, I actually wrote a song about it. It's on YouTube. It's called The Career Compass Way. Look it up. It's still on YouTube. Thousands of views on that. And lastly but not leastly, the agent's still on this Zoom. Ready? This is my quote. If you are on this Zoom call right now, okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to invest an hour of your life. If you cannot invest an hour of your life into what I'm going to be showing you, which is going to make the difference in your career, you're probably going to be part of the 30 to 60% that are going to be getting out of this business. Please stick around. I'm going to show you the absolute way forward in this business. And many of you are worried whether you're going to have a business in the future. You will have a business in this future if you're here at the end. The agent's still on this Zoom meeting at the end, regardless of how long it is. We'll be armed because we're going to do questions at the end. So I'll answer all your questions. We'll be armed and aware of real estate systems that will allow you to destroy any realtor that you compete with. And by the way, you're going to be competing with other realtors. There's not going to be enough listings for everybody. How about that one? All right, let's keep going here. Now, so for those of you who don't know what Career Compass is, let me go over it. Like I said, my promise for 5 minutes, and then we'll talk about the DOJ. All right. So, by the way, this right here, here's some of our director of operations, some of the other employees. Career Compass, the Career Compass seminar, okay, and our C4 and our Greatest Hits product was named Best Real Estate Training in California by the California legislature. So when people say we're an award-winning program, we really are. There you go, proof positive, and that's an objective mark. Nothing subjective here. All right. So let me explain the 3 things that you're going to need going forward to be successful in this business. And here's how you're going to apply them to the Department of Justice and this MLS rule, which, by the way, this MLS rule is nothing what you think it is. Number 1, okay, you need live training events. There was actually a survey of 10,000 real estate managers and top producers, and they came up with the 3 top things top producers need. Number 1, live training events like the Career Compass, like Brian Buffini, Tom Ferry, Mike Ferry, Craig Parker, Joe Stump, and all the rest of them. And by the way, I'm not bashing on anybody, guys. Get all the training you can. The smart realtor will always beat the dumb realtor, unless the dumb realtor is related to the seller. Then you got that problem. Anyway, go to everything. Brian Buffini is a great guy. Tom Ferry's a great guy. Mike Ferry's a guy. And there's lots of other ones. So live events, you've got to go to. Most of you who are on this call have been to our Career Compass seminar. Next, recorded support, books, CDs, audio, YouTube, all the stuff that you study and do on your own when you're alone in your car going to a listing presentation. And number 3, this is the most important one, ongoing mentoring, coaching, and live support from somebody, anybody. So Career Compass has those 3 products. Let me show you them. The first one is our Career Compass Success Seminar. Most of you have been to it. Here it is in a 30-second version. Career Compass Success Seminar, #1 seminar in the state of California by far. 2 days, real estate systems that you've never met, you've never had, the EAT, the PAT, the lawyer letter, okay, the deal a week technique, the 7% technique, all those tools and techniques that most realtors have never heard, okay? License renewal through our third-party affiliate company. That's why there's a little star there. Our third-party affiliate company comes in and renews your license. So not only are you learning great things in these 2 days, but you're getting your license renewed through our third-party system, and they walk you right through it. It's amazing. Networking with 300 to 500 agents, and we're the only seminar that has an open bar. Open bar. Okay, you got to be half drunk to do this business, and you get that. And our tickets are lifetime. You come to the seminar once, you're a member for life, and you can come back anytime you want for free, for life, forever. How about that? License renewal for life with our affiliate company. RE Systems, real estate systems, you'll never learn anywhere else, for life, for free. Networking, open bar for life, and it's a one-time charge of $195. There you go. That's Career Compass. Now, the next one, since you want to know, is coming up in Pechanga Resort and Casino, April 23rd and 24th. Awesome. Be there. The next one after that's going to be in Colorado. We're going to be announcing the location soon. In August 7th and 8th, we're going to be doing the Tustin right there in Orange County. After that, we'll be doing Northern California in the fall of 2024. Time and location announced on that. Then October 16th and 17th, back to Pechanga Resort and Casino. Awesome again. And after that, we'll be doing December 4 and 5 at the Tustin Community Center once again. And by the way, this one is awesome. This location is amazing. It's a convention center that's huge. It's just, it's amazing. So there's all the locations for this year for the Career Compass. All right, fantastic, fantastic. Now, the first pillar of success, live events. Next, recorded information, recorded tools, techniques that you listen to on your own. This is the part that I asked everybody about, and this is what a lot of people requested that I go over today. And the last one is our C4. I'll go over that at the end. For those of you who don't know what the Career Compass greatest hits are, here it is. There it is. Okay, boy, don't you want that? There it is, right there, guys. Let me explain how it works, because this is amazing. Okay, now we launched this program, the original, the classic, which is this. We launched this in July of 2013. Since then, it's been the #1 recorded program in the history of California. fastest selling success program ever. Offer over 50% of our agents, 50% of the people who've come to our seminar own the greatest hits. Nobody has that kind of thing. Perfect complement to our seminar and to our C4 program. And we got a question is, how do you make this even better? Well, we finally did. Watch this. Many requested, not only because the classic, as many of you know, the classic is the audio. This is all the audio of over 110 different tools and techniques. They said they wanted not just audio, but the video of all these things happening, which is really strange. But they wanted it. Okay, this is what people wanted. Videos of these techniques happening in the field, keynotes, PowerPoints, okay, as well as as PDFs. Yeah, my clicker's not working today. All right, letters, scripts, spreadsheets, and other. That would be an amazing program, would it not? I believe it would be. So here's the thing: we developed this over the last 10 years. Okay. Here's how it works. Developed over the last 10 years. Hundreds of top producers were contributed to this, including agents that have done 6,700 transactions. Tom Davis. Okay. 4,600 transactions, 4,100 transactions. Margaret Crispillo. Transactions. Okay. Most comprehensive tools that we've ever had. And by the way, this will be the standard for real estate success for the next 20 years. Absolutely 100%. There'll be no tool out there that's better than this. Okay, every person who owns it, I'm going to go ahead and give you a guarantee on this. Ready? Every person who owns this program right here, which many of you already do. Let me just move my computer here real quick, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, every person who owns this is guaranteed to make six figures. We're guaranteeing that. Okay, many of you will make 500. A few of you will make $1 million. Now, let me show you exactly how it works. And then we'll talk about the DOJ. Okay. Let me give you an example. Let's say that this is, and by the way, it's called Career Compass Greatest Hits Platinum. Okay. Pretty awesome. Okay. Let's say that this is one of the tools that we teach. This is called the Deal a Week technique. This is literally how to get a listing in the new market post DOJ every single week of your life. So there's the audio of how the technique works. There's the video. There's the actual video of people doing it in the field, actual realtors doing it in the field. There's the PowerPoint. There's the keynote in case you're on a Mac. Here is the actual PDFs of exactly how it works. Here's also letters, spreadsheets, and other things that work for it, as well as a complete website that has every single tool and technique on it. So no matter where you are in a listing presentation or anything like that, you can access this. There it all is right there. All of those things are in that one file. And that file is one technique out of how many? This many. Check that out. And by the way, that's not all of them. This is over 110 different tools and techniques. And every time we come up with a new one, you get it sent to you for free for life. Doesn't get any better than that. Okay. And there it is right there. It's called the Career Compass Greatest Hits. Here's a live one for you right here. There it is. All right. So I think I got inside my 5 minutes since somebody asked me, because there was a few people that weren't able to be, a couple members who weren't able to stay until the end, and they wanted to upgrade their classic to the platinum. So there you go, guys. Usually I do that at the end, but there it is. It was originally $19.95, $495. And by the way, if you're on this call today, you get $100 off. If you already have the Greatest Hits Classic, put your name in the chat box. You get actually $200 off. All right, there's the Greatest Hits. Now, with that being said, you know what that is. You know what that is. At the end, we'll talk about this. Let's get into it. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. NAR versus the Department of Justice. What do you know? What do you know? By the way, here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to go ahead and make sure you have your chat box ready to go here, because I want to go ahead and get your opinion about a few things. So here's what we're going to talk about today. NAR versus who? The Department of Justice, AKA the devil. There they are. All right. It's bad versus bad there. The settlement. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. This is what everybody's afraid of. This is what everybody's fearful of. This is what everybody thinks is going to be the end of real estate, end of buyer's agency. It's not any of those things. And if you're on this call for the next 45 minutes, this will literally show you how to take what happened, parlay it into your business, and be massively successful, more than you've ever have been ever. All right. Now, here's what happened. Here's the details. 418 million of your dollars, not NAR's money, because whose money is it? It's yours. $418 million of your money is going to be paid over the next 4 years. And by the way, if you do a little math there, that's about 25 to 30%. Ready for this? 25 to 30% of NAR's entire gross operating budget before taxes. That's going to be a tough thing to do. But let's continue. Number two, NAR made a sweeping ruling, as if they own the world in some way, a sweeping ruling that no commissions can be displayed on any MLS. And by the way, it's not any MLS. It's realtor-owned MLSs, because they can't make that statement and they can't make that ruling unless they own the MLS that they're ruling over, can they? No. In a lot of states, we have people from all over the country here. We have a lot of people who are in other states, like the state that I live on, which is the state of confusion, or the state of denial, where I vacation on a regular basis. They can't make that. Wow, tough crowd. Nobody's laughing around here. All right, US. All right, all right. A few people. All right, who's not laughing there? Okay, Jim, I see you. You better be laughing on. I see you, Jim. All right, now somebody. At least we got a good crowd. Hey, what a great crowd. They can't say this. Okay, is NAR God? Guys, NAR is supposed to be a club, which it is a club, that represents us, not tells us what to do. It's our job to tell them what to do. It's completely reversed. All right, let's keep going now. Here's a summary of what's going on. NAR settles. Who won, who lost? We're going to tell you that. Lots of lawsuits. But Wellington, the lawsuits all got settled. No, they didn't. No, they did not. This is all about Sitzer Burnett. I don't care what the pundits out there tell you. This is about Sitzer Burnett. You don't write a check for $418 million so people won't sue you in the future. That's not what you do. That's like me saying, here, take my house, take my car, take my savings account, just so you won't sue me in the future. That's not how it works. This is not to get rid of all the lawsuits, even though a lot of people are saying that. That's not what it does. And by the way, this settlement doesn't even protect the top 80 brokerages in the entire country, which most of them are in California. But it is a huge opportunity for you, and I'll show you exactly how in a minute. So today, this is not a bitch session. This is not a complaining session, because I've watched 100 YouTube videos, and they're all wrong, by the way. They're all wrong. It's unbelievable. I mean, how can you suck this bad at your job? If you're a reporter, how can you suck this bad at your job? I mean, if I was that bad at my job, I would go apologize to my parents for being such a disappointment. I swear to God. Anyway, so here's the thing. I'm not going to complain about what happened. I'm going to show you how to beat it and how to fix it. Okay? I'm going to show you exactly how to fix this for you, because you're on this call. I'm going to show you how to explode your business because of this, because for many of you who learn new tools and techniques, especially something called the 7% technique, many of you know what I'm talking about. That will be the biggest thing in your life going forward, coming in and backwards, up, down, right, left. I'll show you in a minute. But not only survive, but to succeed. But here's what you have to do for those who do the following things. All right. Here's what you have to do. Number one, you have to understand. Ready? I'm gonna shock everybody. Everybody take your breath. Once again, this didn't change anything. What, Wellington? This was an earthquake. They destroyed everything. Okay. No, they didn't. This actually doesn't change anything about your business. I'll show it to you in a minute. Also, show your sellers the value of your service numerically, not, gee, I called you every 90 days for the last 10 years. No, you have to numerically. I'm going to show you the spreadsheets you can use today to do this for your sellers. Show them how you have value over any other realtor. And it's very easy to do if you know how to do it. Okay. Replace any lost buyer deals with listings. Now, well, Wellington, you said I wasn't going to lose any business. Well, I got news for you. There are going to be some listing agents out there, very naive, very ignorant, very stupid listing agents, who go ahead and go, well, buyer's agency is illegal anymore, so I'm just going to go ahead and put a 3% on my side and a 0 on the buy side. Those people should have their license revoked. Yep, I said it and I'm right. Okay, I'm calling for it right here. I'm calling for it right now. If you are an agent, if you are a listing agent, you have a listing, and you put 0 on the buy side, you should have your license revoked, period. I'm saying it, and I'm right. It's just my opinion, but I'm right. Ready? And learn 2 new techniques to get lots of listings. So here's why, guys. See, a listing is a guaranteed paycheck, isn't it? A buyer agency is not. That's why things like the 7% technique, the EAT, the PAT, the lawyer letter, the deal awake technique, and all these things that we are going to be teaching you, because you're going to be part of Career Compass, are going to be so valuable to you. All right, let's move on. Now, this is about the Sitzer Burnett case. I'm sorry, but it is. People are saying, well, this is about all the cases in the country. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Let me explain what happened. You all seen this. Let me just buzz over it. The Missouri case on behalf of 500,000 consumers saying that NAR and the defendants, the big four, who are the big four? Well, the big four are Keller Williams, Berkshire Hathaway, Remax, and a company called Anywhere that used to be Realogy, which is basically the parent ownership company of the following. Okay. Coldwell Banker, Century 21, ERA, Sotheby's, Better Homes and Gardens, and a few others. Now, guys, I know I talk really fast. I have a lot of information I need to get to you in a very short period of time. So if I talk too fast, just listen quicker. All right. That's what's going on. What happened? We lost on Thanksgiving, on Halloween 2023. October 31st, 2023, they came down with a what? A $1.8 billion judgment against NAR and the four big defendants. Okay, is this being recorded? Yes, it is. Okay, don't worry, it'll be recorded. Guys, this is being recorded. We already have this on recording already. We're going to give you this one. Don't worry, it's all going to be recorded. Don't worry, just listen, learn, and learn what's going on. Okay, now, let's talk about this for a second. So, who are the defendants? Number one, of course, National Association of Realtors. Keller Williams, Berkshire Hathaway, Remax, and Century 21, Coldwell Banker, ERA, Sotheby's, Better Homes and Gardens, and a few other brands. So there's the defendants. So here's what happened up until today. A few months ago, Remax said, hey, can we get out of this Sitzer Burnett case in Missouri for $55 million? And they said yes. Then Anywhere, Coldwell Banker, Century 21, in other words, said, we'll write you a check for $83 million. So in other words, they just admitted that we're cheating our customers. Not a good move, but you know what? They got this hanging over their heads. So I kind of get it. Now, Keller Williams, a few weeks later said, well, we'll write a check for $77 million, and they accepted it. And last Friday, the National Association of Realtors says, if we write you a check for $418 million, can we get out of this? Now, that settlement has not been approved yet. It has not been approved by the judge, and that's going to be a key point because this is not done yet. Is there a chance they're going to accept it? Yeah, probably a really good chance, but there might be some changes between now and then, so keep up. Now, Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett, in other words, they're still in it. They have not settled. But here's the problem with all of this. If you add this up, it's about $600 million. In fact, more than, so here's 400, there's 500, there's 600. It's actually more than $600 million. What does this say? What does this say? Okay. Hey, and by the way, someone just asked, yes, if you have the Greatest Hits Classic, just write your name in the thing. Okay. And we'll give you the QR code to get this, to upgrade this. You get all the money you paid for the original one back. All right. On an upgrade against this. Try that one on. How cool. No one does that, do they? No, I don't think so. So think about it this way. Here's what this does. This basically says to the entire world and every stupid, moronic built media source out there that we're guilty. We've been cheating our customers. That's basically what we just said to get out of this because we didn't expect the judgment. So here's what this does. Number one, this means no appeals. So all of you guys are like, oh, we're just going to appeal this and everything's going to be okay. No, we're not. There's not going to be any appeals because the only person that can appeal it is Berkshire Hathaway now on their part. All of these entities have bailed out and wrote big checks and admitted guilt. Now, did they admit guilt? No. And of course, in the settlements, it says we are not admitting any guilt. But what is the court of public opinion going to think? What do your customers think? They think you wrote a check to get out of trouble, which means you did it. There you go. All right. Now, it also means it's permanent case precedent. All right, I want to stop here and explain this to you. What does that mean? That means it's permanent case precedent. They're now every lawyer in the world can now fire up their laptop and sue any brokerage they want locally for any amount of money they want on behalf of any buyer or any seller that operated for the last 5 years on private lawsuits because they have case precedent. That's permanent. Now, let me ask you a quick question. That makes me wonder, did NAR do this really for the benefit of its members? It makes me wonder very, very seriously, because if they did it for the benefit of their members, they wouldn't have done this. They would have fought it. But they did this, in my opinion, they did this to protect their own pocketbooks, not you. Yep, I just said it. If you're a big NAR fan, please explain to me why. Please explain to me why. So in my opinion, that's what this was about. So let's keep going. So what does all this mean? Well, here's what it means. There are 3 things that happened prior to the verdict and then one big one afterwards. And by the way, if you're a real estate agent, you are bound by the following things, period, end of story. Even if your broker hasn't told you this. Number 1, we can no longer say that buyer's agency is free. Nope, can't do that anymore. Because for years, what's been happening? For years, we've been saying, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, guess what? I'm going to keep my ear to the ground. I'm going to find you the best house within your criteria. I'm going to negotiate. I'm going to get rid of all the contingencies. We're going to close, blah, blah, blah. And my commission is free to you because paid by the seller. You can no longer say that. If you do say that, or if you put that in writing, you're in big trouble. That's number one. Number two, even though I want to mention you, which doesn't really matter anymore yet, is there can be no MLS system that has a search function by commission. Now, this is kind of gone now because we're not going to have commissions in the MLS, at least some of them. Some of them will still have it, the privately held ones. But so this was the second thing that they said prior to the verdict. The third thing they said was this, and this is where all the questions come from. According to the Department of Justice, no brokerage can force its agents, brokers, affiliates, or anybody else to be a member of the National Association of Realtors. That has to be optional. So those are the three things that happened before the judgment. Here's what happened after the judgment. Oh my gosh, the real estate earthquake. What is the real estate earthquake? Well, it's NAR saying this: no commissions can be displayed in the MLS. Now, question for you. Did you construe this as there's no commissions on the buy side paid by the seller anymore? You can't put a commission. I just watched a YouTube video of somebody who was supposedly a very, very important, very well-educated, very, very well thought of broker, manager, consultant to the real estate industry. You know what he said on YouTube in front of the entire world? He goes, yeah, you can no longer put a commission on the buy side if you're the listing side, if you're the seller. Wrong, completely wrong. But this is what everybody's thinking. And this is what the media is telling everybody. It's totally untrue. Now watch this. So your 3% is a goner, isn't it? No, it isn't. This is what the media is telling the world. This is untrue. Let me go over this. Ready? The Citra Burnett case. That was in Missouri. Now, before I tell you exactly what's going on, let's go over these cases, shall we? Here's the Citra Burnett case. This is the one we're talking about. This is the $1.8 billion judgment that everybody wrote the checks for. I don't care if every brokerage out there, I don't care if God comes down and says, oh, this solves every case in the world. It doesn't. So here's the idea. We just solved this one because we bought our way out of it. So everything is fine now. We're in the clear. Everything's good. Okay, we can continue on with real estate. Yay. And NAR made you the sacrificial lamb by taking commissions off the MLS, right? Oh, not so fast. Not so fast, Kasapa. Ready for this? What about the Baton 1 and Baton 2 out of Illinois? Well, those are solved, right, Wellington? But the settlement, no, they are not. Ready? NAR settles commission lawsuit for $418 million, Yahoo Finance. Let's scroll down the page, shall we? Right here, I want everybody to hear this. According to NAR, this settlement brings an end to all the litigation claims brought by home sellers in Missouri. That's what they're not telling you. This is Missouri only. Watch. However, the lawsuits filed by home buyers known as Baton 1 and Baton 2 will continue. Well, wait a minute. So they're letting Baton 1 and Baton 2 continue. Does that mean all the rest of them get to continue too? Pretty much, yes. That's what they're not telling you. So if this one right here costs us $600 million, is that another $600 million? Is that another $600 million? How about this one? How about the Gibson in Missouri? That's another Missouri case. How about the Moeller in Missouri? How about the No Select in Massachusetts? Now, here's why this is yellow. Watch this. This case right here in Massachusetts isn't even against the National Association of Realtors. It's against their own MLS, not the National Association of Realtors, because their MLS is not owned by NAR. So let me ask you a quick question. Are you saying, all these people who say that this $418 million gets us out of everything, you can tell me that the No Select, okay, this lawsuit right here is just going to go home now and say, okay, very much, I guess NAR, something completely unrelated to this lawsuit, they settled in Missouri, so now us in Massachusetts, we're just going to go home? No way. That has nothing to do with NAR. NAR settlement's not going to do anything to that, in my opinion. And boy, you wait, I'm going to be right. How about the Burton case in South Carolina? How about the March case in New York? How about the QJ team case in Texas? How about Phillips in Georgia? How about Springway in Pennsylvania? How about Parker in Florida? How about Grace in Northern California? Whoo, look at all those cases. Those are a lot. Oh my gosh. Well, sorry, folks, that's only half of them. How about the Martin case in Texas? How about the Umpqua case in Missouri? Friedman, New York. Okay. Whoops, sorry, guys, I went backwards. Sorry about that. Okay. So there's basically 12 cases There's 12 cases on each of these screens. So there's 25 total cases. One of them has been solved. Now, are some of them going to go ahead and go away because they can't get anything? Who knows? But look at this. Okay, so there's that one. There's the Martin case. There's Umpqua. There's Friedman. There's Tucker. Illinois, Arizona, Nevada, Northern California. That's 2 in California. Oh, sorry. Here's the Fiera one in Southern California. That's 3 in California now. The Jensen in Utah, as well as the Boykin. Hey, it's the Boykin, right? Boykin in Nevada. Such a child. The Freeland in California. That's 4 in California so far, because most of you are California agents. Okay. Here's the Maslenka in Illinois again, and the consolidated case in Washington, D.C. Are you telling me that because of NAR settlement with the Sitzer-Burnett case, all of these plaintiff attorneys are just going to go, okay, well, I guess we're just going to go home with nothing? Are you kidding me? What do attorneys do? They sue. Why do they sue? Money. This is not over by a damn sight. I don't care what NAR says. So what does this do? Well, let me go over the 6 most important questions that you've asked yourself, and I'm going to answer every single one of them. Ready? Here's what you're hearing on the media. The old system of 6% commission is no longer. Haven't you heard that? You've heard that on every single news channel, every single YouTube, every single article. The old system. By the way, it wasn't ever the old system. Rarely did we have a 6% average commission in any market. But the old system of 6% commission is no longer. Is that true? Anybody want to answer? Well, let's go to the next question. Does it force buyers to pay their side of the commission? Does it? I don't know. Let's answer that question. Does it destroy a large percentage of buyers' agents' business? That's what all of you are worried about. I don't know. Let's answer that question. Does it potentially take half the revenue out of the real estate industry? Do buyers have to? This is another thing. Do they have to sign an exclusive buyer's agency agreement? Anybody want to go ahead and say yes or no on that one? Right up there in the top. Do buyers have to sign an exclusive? Okay. Oh, they do, Barbara. I wonder about that, Barbara. I really do. Let's keep going. Does this outlaw sellers paying for buyers' agents' commission? Anybody want to tell me that? Now, I noticed that a lot of people are putting yes in there about this question, but a question mark after it. Glad you put that check. Okay. Let me answer every one of these questions. Back up here. Is the old system of 6% no longer? Is that true? No, it isn't. It still remains. Guys, let me explain this to you. Okay? When you take a listing on a house, your ability to put a commission on the buy side still remains. It did not go away. You can put a commission on the buy side. Constitutionally, you cannot be restricted from putting commission on the buy side. The only thing they have done is disallowed you to put that commission that you're always going to put on the buy side in the MLS. That's the only, and that's only realtor-owned MLSs. So the answer to that question is no, the 6% system is still in place. Okay. Now, does it force buyers to pay their side of the commission? No, it doesn't. You can still offer a buy side commission. Like I said, it does not do that, even though every pundit and every news outlet out there is telling you it does. It does not. That is not the case. Okay. Does it destroy a large percentage of buyers' agents' business? No. The only business that's going to get destroyed is by ignorant, uneducated listing agents who shouldn't be listing a house, thinking you can't put a commission on the buy side. That's where you're going to lose your business. And I said it before, every listing agent out there who puts a commission of 0 on the buy side should lose their license. In every state in the United States, okay? Does it potentially take half the revenue out of the real estate agent? No, it doesn't. Only those agents who don't put a commission on the buy side. Guys, let me explain this to you. Okay, the ruling did not say you can't put commission on the buy side. That's not what it said. That's not what it said. That's not what the settlement said. It said it will no longer be reflected in realtor-owned MLSs. That's all it said. Make no mistake. Do buyers, ready? Here's the big one. Do buyers have to now sign an exclusive buyer's agent agreement? No, they do not. No, they do not. What, Wellington? That's actually, that's in the thing. Let me ask you a quick question. NAR says that every buyer now has to sign an exclusive agency agreement with their buyer's agency. Please explain to me where NAR, the National Association of Realtors, who's offering this. This is not the Department of Justice. This is NAR's offer of a settlement. Where does NAR have the authority or the power to make every buyer out there, every sovereign citizen in the United States, where do they have the power? Where do they have the power to make somebody sign a contract? There is no such power, and they don't have it, and they can't make that happen. Now, I did talk to a good buddy of mine, Mike Kokos, great guy, here in California, and they said the California legislature has a new bill, a new Senate bill that will require anybody buying a house to have a contract with a buyer's agent. That will get shot down in 10 seconds. Even in our liberal Democrat state, it's completely unconstitutional. The government cannot force a private citizen into a contract. They can't do that. You know what that's like? That's like going to the grocery store, going to Ralph's, okay, or Vons, and the grocer going, okay, come on in, you can buy groceries here, but you have to sign this contract that says you'll never shop at another grocery store. Could you imagine a law that says that? It gets shot down in 10 seconds. It's never going to happen. Never. It's completely unconstitutional. It violates almost every single right that you have from the U.S. Constitution. That will never happen. Now, does this outlaw sellers paying for buyer's agent commission? No, it doesn't. All right, let me explain why. Okay, now, what should we do, Wellington? Ready? Here's what you should do. Ready? Here's what you should do with your business. I'm gonna tell everybody what to do right now to explode your business. You should do exactly what we have been doing for the last 30 years. But Beef, I can't do the same thing. They won't allow me to. Yes, they will. Let's go over it. Okay, let me go ahead and go over those questions, exactly how this works. The only thing that has changed, I want everybody to read this. The only thing that has changed is you can no longer rely on the MLS to inform buyers agents of buy-side commission. That's it. That's the only thing that changed right there. Nothing else changed. I want everybody to read that over and over again. Read it. That's all that's changed. So in other words, you don't get to rely on the MLS to do all your work for you. You're now going to be responsible for going and marketing the house and letting buyers agents know there's a commission on the buy side, because there will be, because you're going to put one on there. That's all that's changed. Now, but Beef, they said I can't do it. Okay, they're lying to you. You have rights, folks. Let me show you this. Okay, I want you to ask you a question. Here we go. Who? Now, in the chat box, I want everybody to participate here. In the chat box, pull your little chat box down. I want you to put yes or no to this question. Ready? Yes or no in the chat box. Who decides if a property has a buyer's agent commission on it that is being paid by the seller? Is NAR and the MLS, is that who decides? Yes or no? Go. Answer that question. No, 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 no. It isn't. It isn't. Okay? No, it isn't. NAR and the MLS do not decide whether you put a commission on the buy side, and they can't. All they can do is restrict you from displaying your buy side commission on the MLS. Unbelievable, folks. No is the answer. It has been and always will be the listing agent who decides if there is a buyer's agent commission, because the listing agent is the representative of who? The seller. The MLS is simply a communication device. That's all it is, folks. Guys, there was a time in the world when we didn't have the MLS. What did you do? You took your commission, okay? You took the commission on the buy side, you went out and marketed the house. You get to do that now again. Don't lose your nerve. Don't lose your guts here. So, as stated before, our business can continue exactly like it is, with buyer's agent's commission being paid by the seller on every listing. It is entirely up to the listing agent to ensure buyer's agent's commission is part of the listing, even if it's not shown or mandated by the stupid MLS. Do you get it? I know you do. Everybody do this, okay? Everybody do this. Thank you. This is it, guys, right here. The MLS does not control you. You should be controlling NAR, not the other way around. And if you're going along with the media and say, oh, I can't put a commission on the buy side, you are not only cutting your throat, you're cutting the throat of every buyer's agent. Because here's the thing, will buyer's agency survive? It's not up to buyer's agents. It's up to listing agents who know this. That's who will decide whether our business continues the way it is or falls off a cliff. Get it, folks? I know you do. Now, let me give you an example. Here are 6 houses that are being sold, and they're all being represented by listing agents. Okay. All right. Now, this one's got 2.5 on each side, 2.5 on the listing side, 2.5 on the buying side. All right. Very, very common in the MLS. This one's got 3 on the listing side and 4 on the buy side. What do we call that, folks? We call that the 7% technique. Okay. If you do not know the 7% technique, okay, I want you to sprint to one of the Career Compass seminars, or get this as fast as you can, or join C4 as fast as you can. It will literally change your career, period. It's a revolution in this industry. Ask any of the people on this call right here. In fact, I got my cell phone right here. I just got a text today from a guy who just put a 7% technique on a listing today. Okay, so much for MLS. Anyway, this house right here has 2.5, 2.5, like normal. This house has a 3-3. This house right here has a 3, 2.5, greedy agent. And this house right here has 2.5, 2.5. Now, I should ask you a question. What establishes, what puts the commission on the house? Is it the MLS? Is it CAR? No, it's your contract. This is what establishes the commission on both sides of the house. This, not NAR and not the MLS. This. So if we didn't have NAR, what a utopia that would be, and we didn't have an MLS system, this right here, it decides the commission on both sides. You and the seller decide how much commission the buyer's agent will make, still to this day, even after last Friday. Now, how would you advertise? How would you market, since you're a real estate agent and you're taking a listing? How do you market these houses to get them sold? Because that's what you're being paid for, aren't you? Here's how you do it. Well, let's go over some ways. Can you email every single broker, agent, manager, and everybody else in your area and let them know what your buy-side commission is? You can. In fact, when we do the 7% technique, that's part of your job. You blast it out. You blast it out, folks. You blast it by email, text, okay, flyering, everything to every single agent out there saying 4% buy-side, folks, 4%. Okay. Yes, you can. Can you also? You can't get off your damn phone half your life anyway. Okay. You're going to be on your phone. Could you text all the agents that you know that are buyers, letting them know that you have 4, 2.5, 3, or whatever buy-side commission on your listing? Yes, you can. Does NAR restrict that? They certainly do not. Okay? And can you tell all these agents who you're texting to send this to all the agents they know, letting them know you've got a 4, 2.5, 3, or whatever? You certainly can, and you certainly should. Can you do Zip My Flyer? Of course you can. Let everybody know what the commission. Can you, oh my God, I don't know, maybe get out of your bed, maybe get out of your house once in your lifetime, maybe get out from behind your phone or your computer and go to your caravans and let every agent know there's a 2.5, a 3, 2.5, 3, 4, 3, 2.5, 2%. Let every agent know there that you have a 4%, 3%, 2.5. Of course you can. Can you also, once in your lifetime, go to your office meeting? Let me ask you a quick question. If you went to your office meeting and let all the agents in your office know that you've got a 4% buy side, 2.5, 3, or whatever it is, do you think your brokerage manager would like that? Do you think your broker would like that? Of course they would, because now they have a better chance of double-ending the property. So go to your office meeting. And you also, up until now, had the MLS. As of Friday, see all these ways that you should be marketing your listing. The only one that you lost is that one. That's it. That's all that happened. You should be marketing your house actively. You're being paid to sell that house. So here's the problem in real estate, folks. We've had the last 20 years of good interest rates. So we put we put it on the MLS and we sit around and wait for the offers to come in. We don't market our houses anymore. Time to get off our butts and start marketing our houses and letting people know what we have. And by the way, there's going to be a lot of agents not on this call. We're not going to market their houses. We're not going to get those listings. And guess who's going to pick all those listings up? You are. Get it? Absolutely. You understand. Now, let's go ahead and talk about this. Continue to always encourage sellers to put buyer's agent commission on the contract. And you should have the skills. You should have the talent and the ability to numerically, back to the 7% technique, numerically show the seller how putting a commission on the buy side puts more money in his pocket. In fact, the 7% technique shows you numerically, and I'll show you the spreadsheet in a minute, exactly how putting a higher commission on the buy side puts more money in the seller's pocket, puts more money in your pocket, puts more money in the buyer's pocket, pushes comps up, pushes prices up, okay, and protects the economy and improves everything in your neighborhoods and your communities, which is your fiduciary responsibility. That's what you should be doing. Next, do not tell customers, clients, database that buyer's agency is no longer. That's a lie. You can get in trouble for saying that. In fact, most of the people who are saying that should be getting in trouble. That is not the truth. Buyer's agency is not no longer. It's still longer. It still exists. It just doesn't exist as a representation on the MLS. It still exists on the MLS. It's just not being displayed. That's it. That's the only thing that's changed. Use the 7% technique as much as possible. If you do not know the 7% technique, if you need a brush up on the 7% technique, please get the greatest hits. Please come to our seminar. Please join C4 or all three or one or two, whatever. Please. This right here will change your real estate career. I promise and guarantee it, because I can show you 35,000 agents who know this and know how to do it. All right. Next, we must now market our properties without the benefit of the MLS doing our work for us. And you know how to do it. It's your job to market. Very simply, do what you should be doing, which is marketing your product, your property. Market the property via every avenue you have other than the MLS. Now, we're going to go ahead. I want to show you some, ready? Here's a little humor for you. Ready? Now, with humor, there is a thread of truth. You guys are going to love this. Watch this. I saw this meme, and I came up with a couple of my own. I saw this meme on Facebook. Right? This is post-July, because this all goes into effect July 1st. Post-July 2024, MLS listing descriptions. Ready for this? This is hilarious. Okay, but here's the thing. The reason I'm showing you this is, even though it's a joke, even though it's supposed to be satire, there's a thread of truth in it. Watch this. Here's a description on a house post-July. Ready? This is a 3 capitalized bedroom house that is per, and PER is capitalized, perfect for your buyer, as it has been sent being capitalized, updated. For those of you who aren't getting this, look, 3%. Now that's some funny stuff. That's funny. Okay, that's funny. Oh my gosh, I just woke some people up. All right, now I came up with my own, and I got about 5 or 6 of them. That's funny. Okay, how about this one? How about this one? Ready? Bring your buyer capitalized, to this magenta, okay, an agent, okay, magenta colored home near a community park. There are no omissions to this description. Call me after 3 p.m. Now, watch this one. This one will make you laugh. Ready? Buyer agent commission 3p. Now that's funny. Oh my God. Woo! Yeah. Woo! Now, this is obviously a joke. This is obviously funny. But let me ask you a question. Here's the serious part of this. Ready? Those are great. I came up with like 10 of them. Classic. All right. This is funny. But here's the serious part of it. Why can't you, in the description, in the MLS, here's a key point. This right here, I'm going to show you this. This is going to establish whether, in my opinion at least, and I think maybe you might agree with me, whether NAR did this for your benefit or theirs. Watch this. Why can't you put call me in the description, in the house, in the MLS, call me for buyer agent commission on this home. Jim Johnson, listing agent, 310-555-1212. Why can't you put that? We still don't know if you can or not. Now, and I know that we're having fun here, but I want to focus on this. If the MLS and NAR restrict you from saying that, because that's not part of the settlement. That's not part of it. Okay. The settlement only says you can't have that little box that says buyer's agent commission. That's the only thing the settlement says. It does not say you can say there's a commission on the buy side. Call me for what it is. If the MLS and NAR restrict you from saying this, it is my opinion that they did this for their benefit, to protect their bank account, and not for your benefit. Because they did it for your benefit, they will allow you to do that. We'll see. We'll see, won't we? We sure will. So there you go. Now, let's continue on. Now, what you must do. Number one, learn new listing techniques. We're going to get to those in a second. You will need to replace your buyer agency with new listing deals. This is the ones that you're going to be losing, because you will be losing some buyer agencies, because there's going to be some, again, moronic, naive, very ignorant listing agents out there that don't think you can put a commission on the buy side, don't know and don't have the skills to explain how it's in the seller's interest to do so, and we're going to put zero. So in some cases, you're going to need to replace them. But Beef, I'll just get my buyer to sign the exclusive. We'll see about that. We'll see about that, because are most buyers just flush with cash, and they can go ahead and go into their pocket after their down payment, after their closing costs, after the delta, if there is any, plus another $25,000 to pay you? Most buyers are like, forget it. And by the way, I've been hearing on the news that you've been cheating me for 30 years. You think I'm going to sign a contract with you now? What is restricting the buyer from saying that? Most of your buyers are going to be saying that. So replace them with more listing agents, and you're going to be the agents that get it, because there's going to be a lot of agents out there that lose their business. You're going to be there to pick it up. There's not, and never has been, enough listings for everyone, which means there's no commission for second place. Either you get the listing or they do. You need the skills, the tools and techniques to get this stuff. And by the way, there are 35,000 people, ladies and gentlemen, who know things like the 7% technique, the EAT, the PAT, the lawyer letter, and all the other techniques that we teach. Here's what's going to happen in the future. You will be one of two people. Either you will know these tools and techniques and you will use them to beat other agents for listings, or you will get beat by agents who know this. That's the only choice you got. There's not going to be any gray area. There are too many Career Compass members who know this, and you need to be one of those who knows this stuff. Okay, it is now beat or be beaten, period, end of story. For the next 2 to 5 years, in my opinion, focus on listings. It is a guaranteed paycheck. How do we do that? Here's how you do it. Now, here's the 3% on your side. You're the listing agent. This is your 3%. And here's how it used to be in the past. Now, I know it's 2.5 here in California, but this is going all over the country. So we're just going to say 3 and 3, whatever. Okay. It can be 2.5, 2.5, 2, 2, 4, 4, whatever it is. But here's a listing. Now, many experts in the media and YouTube say this case was about doing away with sellers being able to pay commissions of the buyer's agent, meaning getting rid of this. That right there is completely, totally untrue. Here's what this case was about. This case, the real goal of this suit, beyond its huge, guys, this is a huge money grab. This is a complete shakedown. If there wasn't so much money, this wouldn't be going anywhere. Other than a huge money grab is to eliminate the rule that you have to put a commission on the buy side. Because up until about 3 months ago, you had to put at least $1 in the buy side, didn't you? So here's what's really going on. See that? That's a contract. I want to read something from the Constitution of the United States. There can be no law that infringes on the rights of free contract among sovereign citizens. There can be no law and there can be no rule that allows NAR, the Department of Justice, or the MLS system from allowing you to put a commission on the buy side. All they can do is keep you from advertising that on the MLS. That's all. Get it? Now, let's talk about this. Many experts in the media and YouTube say that if we're the buyer's agents, if we just improve our skills, we'll be fine, and then the buyers will pay our commission. That is the biggest joke I've ever heard in my life. Well, for 30 years, we've been telling the buyers our commission is free. So now, not only is the media telling all of your buyers that we cheated you, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, but now we want you to not only sign a contract with us, the cheaters, according to the media, but we also want you to pay us out of your pocket. What do you think those buyers are going to say? They're going to give us 3 middle fingers. Okay, let's talk about buyer's agency for a second. This right here is a road from wanting to buy a house to closing. Here's calling your buyer's agent. Here's seeing houses, contingencies, financing, inspections, blah, 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 and close, right? Here's your buyer's agent. 20 years ago, you'd call your buyer's agent and they would do all of this for you. Do they do that now? No. Now you do all of this on your own if you're a buyer on Zillow, Open Door, OfferPad, okay, Homes.com, and all the rest of them. So now if you do have a buyer's agent, you don't bring them in if you're a buyer until the end of the transaction. And in many cases, you don't bring them in at all because you have this. Does anybody here disagree with the fact that Zillow has put almost every buyer's agent out of business in the last 10 years? So this is the problem we're going to have. So we're going to take this situation and tell our buyers that our skills have been improved? So please pay us 25 grand? I don't think so. If you had a forest fire and you wanted to put it out, you could actually piss on it. That theoretically works. This is the equivalent of improving your skills as a buyer's agent. It's not going to happen. Once again, the person, the entity that will save buyer's agency is the listing agent by continuing to put a commission on the buy side, even if it's not displayed in the MLS. Now, what does that look like? Let's take a look. It looks just like this, doesn't it? So we got a call the other day, couldn't believe this. But Wellington, if there's no buyer's agent commission, which there is, but if there isn't any in the MLS, then the 7% technique no longer works. What? Are you kidding me? So one of our members called and asked that. You know what? And Donna, our director of operations, was on the phone with him, and she says, no, it makes the 7% technique even stronger. And the guy on the phone goes, I thought it would. I thought maybe that was the case. Exactly. Does this make it? Is this no longer? Dead wrong. That right there, that 7% technique is going to be the most valuable thing you have ever. Let me show you exactly how. This is the listing side, and this is the buy side. So who is over here? This is you. This is you. You're the listing agent, okay? And you know the 7% technique because you're going to learn it from the Career Compass, or you already have, or you need to brush up on it, or you have the greatest hits, or you're in C4, or you come to one of our seminars, or all three. Okay, now, how much do you get on your side? If you're the listing agent, how much do you get on your side? 3%, as you know, because most of you are Career Compass members, you know that using the 7% technique, you always get 3% on your listing side. Always. The seller doesn't even balk at that ever. So that's you. Let's look at the buy side. That looks like a worried buyer's agent, doesn't it? There's another worried buyer's agent. There's another worried buyer's agent. There's another worried buyer's agent. Because here's what they're worried about. The buyer's agent right now are worried about this. Is it going to be 0%? Is it going to be 0% on the buy side? That's what they're worried about. Okay. Or maybe I'll get 0.5%. Okay. And or maybe I'll get a 1. Maybe I'll get a 1.5. Maybe I'll get a 2. Remember in the MLS where you used to have things like 3%, 3.5%, and yay. Well, now this is going to be the norm, and they're pretty worried about it because this is what they think they're going to be getting. However, you know the 7% technique. So you put a 4% buy side on this, okay? 4% buy side. So guess what happens? All of that goes away, and what happens to these people when they hear, not see it, because they're not going to see it in the MLS, when they hear from you that you have a 4% buy side commission, what's going to happen to these people? So these people are worried about maybe getting 0.5%, 1%, 1.5%, and you tell them through text, through Caravan, through email, through Zip Flyer, through Alpha's meeting that you have a 4%. What's their reaction? It's going to be this. Here's my offer. I don't care what the house costs. Yay, here's my offer, 4%. It's like selling 5 houses now. Are you kidding? This is the reaction of all the buyer's agents in the market when you do this. It makes you the most desirable listing agent in the entire market. You now work, all these people work for you now. They're calling you constantly. Hey, Fred, what do you got? Mary, what's coming up? You got a 4% buy side coming up? I need it. I've lost all my deals. You control your market now with this technique. And by the way, that's one technique out of 110 techniques that we teach you at the Career Compass. You cannot afford not to have this stuff. This is one technique, guys. Now, let's talk about the 7% technique. Originally, the 7% technique was established to do what? Create demand in a buyer's market that doesn't have any demand on houses, like 2008, 2009. And it did create that demand. But then we tested it in markets like 2015 to 2019 and COVID, where it created a feeding frenzy because you already have demand, and the 7% technique just made people go crazy for it. Ready? Now, in the post-MLS world, the 7% technique will be now offer mania. You will be the savior of the buyer's agents because you're doing this. You will have every buyer's agent begging you. I will send you to Hawaii if you just accept my offer because it's going to have 4% on the buy side. You control the markets. Now, let me ask you a quick question for it, right? Let me show you this. Ready? You're in a listing, okay? This is the 7% technique right here, right out of our training. You're in a listing presentation. And by the way, this gentleman right here writes books on how to be successful in real estate. He fully admits that most of his material comes from the Career Compass. That should tell you everything you need to know right there. But let's say you're in a listing presentation, okay, and you're convincing the seller, explain to the seller why it's beneficial for them to put a commission on the buy side, because many of them are like, no, I want that savings in my pocket, because they're still under the myth that cutting real estate commissions puts more money in the seller's pocket, which is a lie from the pit of Hades. But let me show you this. You have this spreadsheet. Now, this right here is the three things that they can do. Right here, they can go on an online platform, Zillow, Opendoor, OfferPad. Right here, they can go with some other brokerage other than you. And this is you. Here's their three options. That's the only three options they have: an online platform, another brokerage, or you. Let's look at it, okay? Now, right here in this box, and by the way, this is available to every single Career Compass member and every single person that buys the greatest hits or is on our C4, readily available, and we'll actually walk you through it. This does all your work for you. Watch this. And this is just one spreadsheet from one technique out of 110. My God, it's amazing. Now, can you put a number right there? Of course you can. Watch this. This is an online platform. What do sellers care about? Their equity. How much of their equity they're going to get. Here's how much they're going to get equity with an online, from low to high. Here is a box that tells them how much of their equity they're going to get from low to high if they go with some other agent other than you. And this is the box that's going to tell them how much of their equity they're going to get from low to high if they go with you. There's their three options. Now watch carefully. All you have to do right here is dial in the house price, the comp value of the house. To make it easy, let's just put $500,000 right there. All you do is type 500,000. Everybody can do it. The next thing you do is simply ask the seller, golly, Mr. Seller, how much do you owe on your house? What are all of the liens on your house? The mortgage, second lien, what are all the liens? What do they add up to? So what's owed on your house? Let's say it's $200,000. You type that right there. Okay, it's $300,000. Excuse me, it's $300,000. The house is worth 500. They owe 300. Now, if you hit enter, you will find the value of their equity. Right? That's their equity value minus liens. You hit enter, it automatically puts in the $200,000 in equity. Now watch this. Watch this. This is all done for you. It's all loaded with the formulas. Watch this. You type in two numbers and hit enter. Watch. Boom. It just calculated how much of their equity they're going to get in the three scenarios. In the first scenario, out of their $200,000, they're going to get $500,000 to $165,000, depending on what online platform they go with. Amazing. If they go with another brokerage that just does the 2.5, they're going to get $151,000 to $198,000, depending on how good the agent is. If they go with you using the 7% technique, they get $169,000 to $216,000. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, please pick an option. Not only does this get you the listing every single time, it guarantees you're going to put a great commission on the buy side. It guarantees them more money, but it also guarantees you getting the listing that night. I always ask people, do you want to go first, second, or third? Okay, you want to go first because after you do this, you're leaving the house with the listing. And that's just one technique, folks. Okay, what would a buyer's agent rather do? Think about this. Put yourself in the position of a buyer's agent. Okay, you're a buyer's agent. You have two options. You can either go to your buyer and try to convince them to pay you out of their pocket and sign a contract. Or you can forget all that and just go to this listing, which has a 4% buy side. Which would you rather do as a buyer's agent? That one, of course. Think about that. And again, that's one technique. That's the 7% technique. We're going to teach you that surgically on the greatest hits, on C4, and at the seminar. The lawyer letter. I just talked to a guy named Robert Whitekelt. He did the lawyer letter technique for one afternoon. One. He got 7 listings in San Diego from one afternoon of doing that technique. You absolutely have to have that. The HOA technique. Question for you. Can you convince an HOA board and president to endorse your real estate services and your real estate brokerage in about 5 minutes? You will be. You will be. And everybody in that neighborhood will be listing with you. If you don't know how to get into the senior market, one of our trainers on our coaching program and on our seminar is Jim Zers, the #1 trainer on how to get into the senior market. It's amazing to me. The senior market, baby boomers and above, own 81% of all the real estate in the United States. Yet we're all marketing to Facebook people, which are the millennials and the Generation Z, and they don't own anything. They don't have any money. Okay, they walk around like they rent the place. Okay? You got to know this. The deal of the week technique, ready? That technique right there can make your career. That's how to get a listing every single week of your life, guaranteed. It doesn't cost you a dime. We have people doing it right now. That is an amazing technique, okay? Let me ask you this. All you senior agents out there, all the agents, you know exactly what you're doing. Do you know the following thing? Do you know how to put a commission override clause? Let me say that again. A commission override clause in the notes section, additional comment section, or a remarks section of your contracts. If you do not, you need to run to the Career Compass seminar, greatest hits, or C4 coaching and learn that. That is tens of thousands of dollars of extra commission every single year on your listings that you get, and the seller wants you to have it. Commission override clause. You must learn this stuff, okay? Do you know the lunch bunch, okay? Do you know the ice, we all scream for ice cream technique? Do you know the Prop 13 technique? Do you know how to do your EAT and your PAT, extended alliance team, professional alliance team? Do you know those? Those are worth dozens of listings every single year. Do you know how to get FSBOs to convert to a listing with you just like that? You must know that. Do you know the golf course view technique? That one's beautiful for expensive areas. Oh my God. Do you know the hero amongst us technique? That's incorporating cemeteries. It's amazing. Do you know how the fortunate situation? And do you know things like the corporate edge? This is just 15 examples. Each one of these is a different technique, just as good as the 7% technique. And by the way, folks, you don't need 110 techniques. You need 4 or 5 that you have mastered, and you'll beat every real estate agent that you ever meet. But you're going to decide which ones are right for you. That's why Career Compass is so brilliant. Is your marketing plan becomes part of you. It's your marketing plan, not somebody else's. Make sense? You must know these things, and you must choose the ones that are best for you, because what's best for you is not what's best for somebody else. There you go. Now, you know about our seminar. You know about our greatest hits. That's this right here, okay? $395 one time, and you get a lifetime of training. If you're already a Career Compass Classic member owner, boom, you get $200 off that. I want to show you this. Ready for this? This is C4. This is the one we had last year. A bunch of people that were on the call yesterday. C4 is the greatest program in the history of real estate. Let me take 5 minutes to show this to you. This literally will cut your taxes by 90%, guarantee you a successful real estate career, and put money in your pocket every single year, guaranteed. Let me show you just how it works. Okay, traditional coaching is usually $500 to $1,000 a month. Almost all are by the phone. There's no coaching that knows everything. All at certain times, certain days, very little flexibility. No review or recording or repetition. They have contracts over and over again. And after you want to quit, guess what happens? They don't let you, and they sue you for the $12,000. This is what you need. Career Compass Concierge Connection. Question for you. Do you want to know the 7% technique, the EAT, the PAT, the lawyer letter, and all these great techniques? If you do, if you don't, you're probably part of the 60% they're getting out of this business. Let me show you how it works. C4, number one benefit of C4 out of the 12 unique benefits is this. See that man right there? That is Bill Kanoki, the number one tax consultant, tax preparation company in the United States that does taxes just for realtors. That's all they do. This company right here will be your new tax advisor. That's Jim Zers, the number one trainer in the entire United States, teaching realtors how to get into the senior market. This little lady right here is a genius. This is Donna Brady. She's in charge of our social media, internet, and cyber division. She will show you exactly how to make. Look at that. Look at that there. Somebody just said Kanoki's the best. People know this. You got to have this, folks. Okay. So there's a couple of our coaches right there. So every month you get 8, not 1, 8 different coaches who coach you via Zoom live. You also get this. See that man right there? He's done 6,700 transactions. 6,700. That's Tom Daves. He literally is one of our coaches. So every year he comes on. We also have Brian Stevens, who's the founder of the National Real Estate Post. Founder. He's one of our trainers too. This is called Learning with Legends. Okay. Another example is Brian Reifus right there. This man owns 5 RE/MAX offices in San Diego. So this is just an example of every single month. Not only do you get your core trainers, the ones I just went over in your mentoring with masters, but every month via Zoom, live via Zoom, you get trainers you can't get anywhere else. It's unbelievable. So every single month you get mentoring with masters and learning with legends. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is going to blow your mind. Okay. Watch this. Next thing that you get, okay, you get a yearly tune-up of your business. You also get Masters on Demand. That's one-on-one coaching. So it's not just the group coaching in both cases, it's one-on-one coaching also. No coaching program has that. You also get our complete video library of all the tools and techniques that we go over on our sessions, and all the sessions are recorded. You also get SEO maximization, social media with our social media experts that will teach you how to get absolutely the best return on your social media. You also get reserved seating at any of the live events you come to at the Career Compass. You also get private C4 receptions with all of our great trainers. Now let's get serious. See this? This improves your Google search results. Let me say that again. Don't go anywhere, guys. This is your business right here. This right here will improve where you come up on Google. This is called search algorithms or metadata. This is a complete page describing your business on our website, the Career Compass website, the second biggest website in real estate next to CAR itself. See this? There's your picture. There's your how to follow you blog. Here's a little blurb about your business and a video about your business, all on our website. You know what that does? That gets you referrals. That gets you improved search algorithms and improved metadata. So after this is put up, and is this included in your C4, this right here improves your Google search results every single year, every single month, and every single day. So you come up higher on Google. People pay $1,000 a month for that. Next, if you cannot make it to one of our seminars, our independent real estate certified license renewal company will renew your license through their independent process, all included. You don't pay a dime for that. And last but not least, okay, well, two things. You get DRE audit defense. If you ever get one of these letters, half of you will get one of these letters. Half of you. You don't respond to them. You send them to Career Compass. We respond to the DRE for you. That can save your license. And the last thing you get is if you are a C4 member, the Kanoki Group will take you as a client and do your taxes, okay? And they don't charge any more than any company out there, yet you're gonna pay 90% less. Watch this. Here's an example. I can give you 10,000 examples of this. This is Derek Long, okay? Right here in Marietta. Derek, in 2020, made $91,000 GCI. His tax attorney, his tax CPA said, you owe 12,000 bucks, 14%. He goes, that's pretty good. The very next year, Derek was in our C4 program. So now he had Bill Kanoki do his taxes instead of his old tax preparer. Ready? He made $20,000 more this year than this year, 20 grand more. As a sub-chapter S corporation having your taxes done by Bill Kanoki, Derek Long got a refund of $2,500. That's what your taxes should look like. Okay. And there's a text right from Derek confirming that whole thing. And I can show you 10,000 of these. Let me show you this. This is William P. He's been a real estate professional since 2008. He paid $4,600 to the government. To the state of California, $11,000 to the government for 18%. 2009, 19%. 2010, 17% on his GCI, 86, 99, 131. In 2011, 17%. In 2012, the first time that he had Kanoki do his taxes on a higher volume, 800 to the state of California, 0 to the Fed for a 0.5. And by the way, this red has a higher audit risk than the green by 840%. Folks, you should not be a sole proprietor. You should not be an LLC. You should not be a C Corp. You should be a sub-chapter S corporation having our partner company, the Kanoki Group, do your taxes. And you have to be in C4 or they will not take you as a client. They have a waiting list of 300 people. Watch this. 2013, 800. 2014. Now, he's getting pretty close to $250,000 GCI. The next year, he goes over $250,000. He starts paying again, but look at the percentage. And then there's 2016, 17, 18, and 19. This is what your taxes should look like, folks. Most of you are paying this. Let me say you this. If you are paying taxes any more than 1% to 2% of your gross GCI, your tax preparer does not know what they're doing when it comes to realtor taxes. Get into C4, you'll save 90 to 95% of your taxes. And I can show you thousands and thousands of tax returns that do this. That one benefit right there, there's 12 benefits. That one right there pays for your C4 membership every year 100 times over. Watch this. Here's why. It's not $1,000 a month. It's not even $500 a month, which is the average for group coaching. This is going to blow your mind. So if you're still on this call, this is the future of real estate. C4, Every month, all of these benefits are $19 a month, and there's no contract. Not 1,900, not 19,000, 19. Now you're probably thinking, well, it's so cheap, it can't be any good. Ready? Guys, the number one comment we get for C4 members is this is better than the $1,000 a month coaching I used to have. Better. And there's no contract. So if it sucks, you can quit after 1 month. What are you risking? If this works for you, your business explodes. If it doesn't work for you, what'd you lose? $19. It's a trip to McDonald's. There's no contract. Nobody quits our program. If you're looking at the chat box, there's people on it going, C4 is the way. C4 is the deal. C4 is the best thing I've ever done. We're going to teach you all these great tools and techniques that are going to explode your business for $19 a month. Doesn't get any better than that, folks. That is the lowest cost of any program in real estate history for the best program in real estate history. If that doesn't make sense to you, nothing will. This is unbelievable upside and no downside. We have thousands of agents. It's the number one fastest growing real estate coaching and mentoring program in the history of real estate. Guys, you've got to be part of this. So here's how it works, guys. Two things. Of course, we have our seminar, and I went over that, but most of you have already gone to that, so you can come back for free for life. Career Compass Concierge Connection. That is all those 12 benefits I just went over. $19 a month, no contract, quit anytime you want. What do you have to lose? I mean, could you possibly not just try that? I mean, think about it this way. One closing pays for this for 76 years. What? If you only got one closing, it would pay for this program for 76 years, and you're not going to get one. You're going to get 100. That's a guarantee. If you do not double, quadruple, or 10x your business with this, boom, it's free. Period. End of story. This is the most amazing coaching ever. We have 4 to 6 coaching sessions every single month with our mentorings and our masters and everything. That's C4. Right over here, we have our greatest hits. That's this right here. If you're new to the greatest hits, $395 for new owners. If you already own the classics, which many of you do, okay, we'll give you every dime you paid for this back against upgrading against this, 200 full bucks. If you're new, you get $100 off the $495. If you're existing, you get this for $295 if you already have the other ones. All right, that doesn't get any better than that. So all of this, $19 a month. All of this, $395 or $295, depending on whether you own them already. There's the QR code to get into C4. There's the QR code to buy the greatest hits. Scan them both. Scan one, scan the other. I'm going to leave these up there so you can scan these. Now, also, in the chat box, they're going to put a link, The Career Compass. If your phone won't scan this, don't worry. The Career Compass. 3 words. Once again, thecareercompass.com. And you will, right there, there'll be a button that says C4 and a button that says Creative Hits. All you got to do is click it if you can't scan those. So I'm going to leave these up there. I want to answer any questions about what we talked about today and all the other kind of good stuff. So let's go ahead. Donna, let's go ahead and open up to questions about 1, about the Career Compass Success Seminar, 2, about our greatest hits, 3, about our C4 program, 4, about the Department of Justice, NAR, National Association of Realtors, okay, MLS or anything else like that. Let's get to questions because we are going a little late today. So I want to thank you for your time. I'm hoping that these programs make sense to you. This is the future of real estate. You can either get out of real estate or explode your business. Please be the person that explodes your business. And these are the products that are going to do it, guaranteed. And we've been doing this for 15 years, folks. We're the #1 rated real estate success company in the state of California's history. All right. Any questions? Go ahead.
Okay, well, there's a couple of people that have asked the question about, they're hearing rumors that as of July, there will not be a space on the listing agreement or the listing contract for commissions. Have you heard anything about it? Do you think there's a
I want to
validity in
interrupt.
that?
Okay, I just saw Dave Parker. Dave, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you, man. Old friend. All right, Dave Parker's on the call. All right, good to see you, Dave. Okay, I'm sorry. Go back. I just had to say hi to Dave.
I need you to focus.
Okay, I just wanted to say hello to David.
I understand that. So please comment on the rumor that in July, there won't even be a place for a commission on the listing agreement. Have you heard anything about that? What is your take?
Okay. All right, let's talk about this. There won't be a place for the commission on the listing agreement. Okay, that might be true if you're using car forms. Let me go over forms here for a second, okay? And by the way, CC4, we are working on a backup set of forms that you get automatically if you're part of C4. Here's the thing. Now, there is a possibility there will not be a space for a buyer's commission on the car form after July. I don't think there is going to be. I think there still is, because CAR knows you can still put a commission on the buy side. That's not up to them. That's up to you, and that's up to the seller. So I think that that's going to remain there. It's just not going to be able to be put in the MLS when you go and put your when you upload your information to the MLS. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Right there in the agent remarks, additional remarks, an addendum, whatever it is, you can say this seller is offering a 2.5, 3.5, 4% buy side commission to any qualified offer that closes to the buyer's agent. It doesn't matter. Guys, this is the napkin rule. Did you know? First off, quit relying on CAR and NAR. Okay, quit relying on that. Okay, the forms don't mean anything. There's several sets of forms. We're going to have forms for C4. There's the First Tuesday forms. There's the state bar forms. There's the Staples forms. There's about 10 different sets of forms out there. The only difference is one of them says CAR on it, one of them says not. And don't give me this BS about, well, if I submit an offer on a non-CAR form, or I take a listing on a non-CAR form, it won't work. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. If you have a brokerage that will not accept an offer from you because it's not on a CAR form, sue their asses off. That is a violation of the law. Okay, you can write a contract, a listing. You can take an offer on a napkin. I've done it. Okay, I've done it. When I was in real estate years ago, I had a one-page buy-sell sheet. It doesn't matter, okay, whether it's on the CAR form or not. You as a listing agent needs the skills, tools, and techniques to show them, and we just showed you how to do it, okay? And we'll show you how to do it surgically. You need the tools and techniques to show your seller how it puts money in their pocket to put a buyer's agent commission. And you can do it any way you want. You could write it in the side notes. You could write it in the remarks. You could add an addendum. And I don't think that little box is going to go away on the form anyway, because CAR and NAR is not saying you can't put a buy-side commission. They're saying you can't put it in the MLS. I hope that makes sense.
Beef, somebody wanted to know, as a mortgage broker, does C4 help them?
Yes. Oh God, yes. Oh yeah. Okay. Mortgage broker. Okay. Please join C4 for $19. Okay. Not only every time you get on a C4 Zoom call, will we introduce you to the entire crowd, let you say a few things and talk about mortgages for a second, but think about this. You're going to learn these tools and techniques and take them to your realtor partners. Oh, if you are an LO, you have to be in C4. It's one of the most valuable things you could ever have as an LO. Your agents will absolutely think you walk on water by learning this stuff and showing them how to do it. Yes, LOs, sign up. Go on every single Zoom call we have. Say, hey, Beef. Hey, Donna. Hey, Jim. Hey, Bill. Hey, everybody. It's so-and-so LO. Hey, so-and-so LO's on. Hey, so-and-so LO. Say a few things and put your phone number in the chat box. You will get originations. You will get new business. You will be thought of as an expert in the real estate industry as an LO. Yes.
Okay, someone wants to know what our estimated time frame is for some documents.
Okay, end of the year is what we're saying. I hope to have them done by midsummer or end of August. Okay, and that's what we're shooting for. Here's the thing: we have the forms. Okay, C4 already has a set of forms. We've got them. We need to take those forms from PDF format and translate them into docu-signable or e-signable format so we can provide them to you so you can save them, send them, get them signed, send them back. And we're working on that right now. We already have the set. We have a complete set of 260 different forms, and they're better than CAR forms, by the way. Okay, and we will have those docu-signable, e-signable in a very short period of time, hopefully by the end of the summer. But guys, for right now, you're still going to be using CAR forms because you're still members of CAR and NAR. And we'll get into that subject later. But there's going to be a lot of brokers that aren't going to be members of CAR and NAR, and those forms are going to work in most cases, the forms we're going to have are better than the CAR forms. They just don't have the CAR logo at the top. All right. So there you go. So we're going to have those forms, and that's going to be a free benefit of C4. It's going to be great. Go ahead.
Beef, explain the lifetime membership, because someone's wondering if they can come to a seminar as a lifetime member.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And you should. Yes, you should. Okay. If you bought a Career Compass ticket years ago, whether it be 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 20 days ago, 10 minutes ago, if you paid $195 to come to our live seminar, you get to come back to them anytime you want for free for life. So you never pay again. You just go to Career Compass. 3 words, thecareercompass.com, and you click the seminar you want. Your membership number is your DRE number for life. That's all you need. Please come. Yes, you are still a member. If you've ever been a Career Compass member, you still are a member. If you've ever been to one of our seminars, you can come back for free. If you ever bought a ticket to one of our seminars and didn't go, you're still a member, and you can come to Pechanga or Tustin or Northern California or Colorado or Vegas or any seminar we're going to have. It's free to you. Training, license renewal through our third-party affiliate company. Got to say that. You hear me, DRE, okay? Third-party affiliate company, and, okay, open bar networking, and the best time in real estate. Folks, it is the best time in real estate. It's a 2-day party. It's fantastic. Guys, you've got to get on this. If you are a real estate agent and you are not going to the Career Compass seminar, get on thecareercompass.com, The Career Compass, and go. It's free. Okay, guys, if you're already a member, and if you're not a member, it's $195 one time. You never pay again, and you get to come to the seminar anytime you want. You don't have to be renewing your license. Come for the great training. Come for the open bar. Come for the networking. There you go. Yes, is the answer to that.
Socorro, the date for Pechanga is April 23rd and 24th. You can find all the dates, including the April 1 at Pechanga, on our website, thecareercompass.com. Just click that wonderful button says seminars, and it'll give you the list of everything that we've got going on and we're cooking up. Yes, beware of the open bar. Absolutely. Now, Beef, on to your favorite subject, CAR and NAR. Oh, yeah. Questions are based on, can I dump them? Can I dump them both? What happens if I'm using their forms? Am I opening myself up to lawsuits? What is your take on CAR and NAR and the settlement agreements that have already been done that say what they say about those?
Okay. CAR and NAR. Okay. CAR and NAR and your local board is a club that you pay dues to represent you. And they're not really representing you these days. I don't care what other people say. That's the truth. Okay. Less than 1% of all the realtors out there think that CAR and NAR are still representing us. Now, you leaving CAR and NAR is up to your brokerage and always has been. The reason that you have to be a member of CAR and NAR is because your brokerage has a membership with CAR and NAR, which requires you, if you are hanging your license with them, to have a membership with the board as well. So the conversation is not, I want to leave CAR and NAR. The conversation is, will your brokerage, your broker, do away with the sweetheart deal that they have with CAR and NAR and allow you to not be a member of CAR and NAR? And that is a conversation that you've always had to have, but nobody would ever do it. But it's a whole new world now, folks. Again, marker in time. It's a whole new world. You need to sit down with your broker, your manager, the owner of your brokerage, and say, listen, not only has CAR and NAR, or your state board, not been representing us for many, many years, but now they just sold us down the river, in my opinion, by writing a big check to protect themselves, not to protect us. Explain to me how $418 million check is protecting the agents. It's a fourth of their operating budget. Okay, that's not protecting the agents. That's writing a check to get them out of the hot water that they're in. That's not what's going on. You need to have this conversation with your broker manager and say, I think that we need to go and do away with this agreement with CAR and NAR and make them earn our business back. That's what should happen. Okay. Now, if you're not going to be a member of CAR and NAR, if you're already at a brokerage, and there are some already, they're leaving CAR and NAR. If you're at one of those brokerages, can you get sued for not using CAR forms? No, you cannot. A form is a form is a form. Again, it's the napkin rule, guys. A form is a form. You can write your offer and your listing on any piece of paper in the world. And as long as it has the signatures and all the information needed for your TC, it's legal. So to get sued because you're not using a CAR form is silly. Again, that's the guy who owns the Ralph's grocery store suing you because you went and shopped at Vons. Not going to happen. So no, you are not putting yourself at legal jeopardy. And by the way, all those people who say that the CAR forms have legal protections built into them, I don't agree. I don't agree. In fact, the only legal protections that I saw by reading the CAR forms was exactly the same legal protections you get in any form. So I don't think that you're risking anything.
Your legal protection comes with your E&O insurance, your errors and omission insurance. It doesn't matter what form you use. It's having a good quality E&O insurance policy. That's what's going to protect you on any contract.
By the way, before you go on to the next question, is anybody having a problem scanning the QR codes? Again, $19 a month, guys. You might as well try it. You might as well try it for a month. What do you have to lose? My God, nothing. Just to let
you guys know, as I'm looking at his screen, he has them swapped. The QR code for
Sorry,
C4 is on the platinum side and the
this
platinum
is
QR
C4.
code
This is greatest
is
hits
there.
platinum. Okay, they're swapped. Sorry. Okay.
Okay. Jeff,
Greatest
I
hits
put those,
C4.
but guys, I put the links in the same, I put them multiple times in the chat box. Please look back at the chat box. I'll put them there again. Everything's there. We've got it all. So let's make sure. I'm going to put them right now. If you want to go to the greatest hits platinum, copy, paste to everyone. There's the greatest hits platinum link.
Okay.
And
So
then for
greatest hits platinum
C4,
C4.
C4, I'm gonna do
Guys,
copy
if you're going to be in this, okay,
here.
let me explain this to you. Ready? Our seminar, the 195 for our seminar, the greatest hits and C4, if you added those all together for a lifetime of all three of those, is less than 1 month of crappy coaching at one of the big coaching companies. 1 month. A lifetime of this, which is guaranteed to do so much for you, guaranteed, is less expensive than 1 month of crappy coaching. How can you not give this a try? I mean, guys, this is the future of real estate. Career Compass is the future of real estate, and you need to be part of us. We want you to be part of us. We want you to join up. The Career Compass, I want everybody to know this. The Career Compass is the largest group of real estate agents in the state of California next to CAR itself. We have 35,000 members. There's a reason for that, folks. You need to be part of us. You need to join our club, and we want you. We welcome you. We hope that you'll join our club. It will put money in your pocket, guaranteed, every year, no matter what. It's an ironclad guarantee.
We will not be sending out this recording on the email because it is going to be about an hour and a half, almost hour and 45 minutes long. As we get back the edit from the production company, if it's a good edit, we'll put it onto our website and you'll be able to find it at thecareercompass.com under our tab news. But yeah, a little impossible to send out an hour and 45 minute recording.
Guys, scan this right here and get into C4. Okay. One closing pays for it for 76 years. And then we're not talking about one closing. We're talking about dozens every single year, guaranteed. There's no realtor on this call that should have not at least try C4 for 19 bucks. My God, folks, it's unbelievable.
Hold on real quick. We have a little bit of confusion. Okay. Deborah Vance, the price of the greatest hits platinum is $495. If you're on this call today and you're not a previous owner, you get $100 off. If you are a previous owner and you have the greatest hits classic, you get $200 off. So that's $295. If you are a C4 member, there's also a coupon code for that. So you'd get an additional $50 off. So if you want to, I will shoot you that code directly. So you'll have that. Where can I update my credit card on the web? Francis, just give our office a call and we'll be happy to do that. Or if you're talking about your C4 account, if you go to c4connection.com, under the C4 tools, there's a tab that says account update, and you can go ahead and click that account update.
But we'll make sure that we give you a call, Francis. If you just put your phone number, which we already have it, but just put your name and your phone number in the chat box. Our office will be happy to give you a call to update that credit card. Okay.
Anybody that's a C4 member, if you didn't use the codes, shoot us an email and we'll go ahead and take a look and confirm that your C4 is still active, because you should have had that click in. If it didn't click in, just send us an email at support@thecareercompass.com and we'll take a look. It's a little hard to do that here on the call. Please, we need knowledgeable agent to refer to within our C4. So I answered the upgrade. So update your credit card there. I will get that. What's your opinion on area alternative to NAR? Oh, so the new
thing, guys. I mean, I admire their. First of all, I don't know yet. Okay, I admire what they're trying to do. It's trying to fix the problem, but we're creating a new association. So those people are creating a new association, and I'm not telling them that's a bad thing to do. But why don't we just fix the one we have? Why don't we get NAR and CAR to start representing us and doing things that are in our interest instead of recreating the entire wheel? So in other words, it's like having a car in a driveway that has a flat tire. So instead of fixing the flat tire, we buy a new car. That is the long road, folks. That is the long road in a big way. Okay. So I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm not bashing on these folks. If you know, I don't really know much about it at this point, but if we're creating a new association, what's stopping that association from being just as bad as the one we have now? Let's fix the one we have because we already have a system in place. Let's correct our current problem before we make a new one. But I'll be looking into that and be talking to those people. I don't know exactly what's going to be happening, but we'll see what happens with that.
Question, what's the difference between Greatest Hits Classics and Greatest Hits Platinum?
Okay, Greatest Hits Classic, which many of you have, which is this right here. This is the audio of all the tools and techniques, okay? And you get lifetime updates of all the audio. Greatest Hits Platinum is not just the audio, but video, PDF, PowerPoint, Keynote, spreadsheets, okay, letters, and every single thing, as well as videos being done in the field of all the tools and techniques, every single with lifetime updates. So this is 10 times the amount of information, 10 times the program that the old one was. The old one is great. It's all the audio. You can listen to it in your car, listen to it on the way to a listing presentation, all this kind of stuff. But by the way, let me show you what these are. See this right here? See these? These are flash drives. Look at that. Bum, 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 bum. Flash drives. Okay. So these are all, the entire program is not only on the Career Compass Greatest Hits website, but it's also right there and in the book. Okay. It's all right there. This is 10 times the program the old one was. And if you already have the old one, you get $200 off this. So you get every dime back that you paid for the old one to apply to this one. Can you imagine buying a car and driving it for 10 years and then taking back to the dealership and they give you every dime back against a new car? That's what we're doing right there. You get every dime that you paid back on this against the old one against that one. So everything you paid on the first one, back again. $200 off. Makes it $295 for existing and $395 for new.
Somebody wants to know what started all this legal problem after 30 years in place.
Oh, good question. Okay, here I go. Here's my chance to get political. Biden. Okay, ready for this, guys? I didn't want to get political, but you asked, so I'm going to tell you, okay? During the Trump administration, this entire issue was solved. Solved, okay? During the Trump administration, they said, NAR, as long as you guarantee greater transparency of why the commissions are what they are and where the commissions go, meaning split between two agents. There's expenses, there's fees, there's dues, there's all this kind of stuff. As long as you have greater transparency of commissions, we'll consider this done. In January 2021, when we got a new administration, the Biden administration, they ripped up the Trump agreement. First time in the history of the world that's ever happened. They ripped up the Trump agreement with NAR and opened up the entire world for new litigation against National Association of Realtors and brokerages. Thank you, Biden administration. That's exactly what happened. Look it up.
Is there a way we can get a copy of the Trump agreement?
Yeah, you can go to the federal government. It was there. Okay. Maybe you can go to Trump's website. Okay. It was there. Trump had an agreement with NAR and it was solved, done. And okay. In January 2021, when we got Biden in there, they ripped up that agreement and opened up National Association of Realtors to litigation by anybody. And that's what happened. And by the way, 1 year later, that's when the Sitzer Burnett case became a class action lawsuit. And now we're $2 billion into it. I'm not telling you who to vote for, but guys, vote with your pocketbook. Okay.
Please.
Vote based on who's doing things for you. Because I got news for you. The current administration does not like realtors. I mean, our own new president, the president of NAR, came out and said, the Department of Justice, Biden's Department of Justice, doesn't like us very much. They're pretty pissed at us. By the way, first off, who says that? And second off, there you go. Okay, the DOJ hates realtors. They want to take this business and hand it to Zillow or to the banks. They don't want it in your hands. Guys, somebody
was told that they had to put the buyer's commission in the purchase contract, not the listing agreement.
Okay, that's if there's no existing buyer's agent commission already. So if you have an agent that lists a house with zero commission on the buy side, which many agents are going to do out of naivete, out of ignorance of the fact that they can put a commission on the buy side, they're going to put zero. They're not going to, okay, there's going to be agents who don't have the skill, the tools, the techniques, or the ability to show the seller why it's in their benefit to put a buy side commission on. So they're going to put zero, okay? In those cases, if you want the seller to pay a commission to you as the buyer's agent, you've got to put it in the offer, and they can just rip it up and reject it coming and going. And they probably will, because the idea that the seller is now going to be convinced to put to pay a buyer's agent commission because you asked for it when their own listing agent couldn't convince them of doing it is going to be very unlikely. Very, very unlikely. The only time that's going to happen is if you offer a price above the listing price. So now you're going to convince your seller to pay more than the list price, so they can so the seller is comfortable paying you a commission. It just came out of your buyer's pocket. They might as well sign an exclusive with you. Okay, it's the same exact thing. Not going to happen, folks. So yes, you can submit an offer that says you're owed $15,000 in commission as a buyer's agent, paid for by the seller, and they can just as quickly rip that up and tell you no within the first second, and they're probably going to, because it's the same exact thing. If their listing agent didn't convince them to put a buy side commission in, you're not going to be the one that's going to do it.
Have you heard anything about the Biden administration saying that they're going to come after title companies next?
No.
Okay.
No, the title companies already have SB 133. Okay, that pretty much ties their hands from doing anything. So I really, really doubt that. And I know that SB 133 is California only, but it doesn't really matter, because California, the way that California goes is the way the country goes. I have not heard anything about Biden coming after title companies, and that would probably be their last target anyway. Okay, I mean, they'd be better off, going after loan officers first. They're not going to come after title companies. Title companies operate a pretty tight business to start with. So I don't see that happening. I really don't see them having something against title companies, because title companies can't even buy you a cup of coffee. So I doubt it.
And guys, for those commenting about that politics should not be part of this presentation, unfortunately, the whole reason that we're in this predicament is politics. This is definitely coming down from the government, starting with the DOJ, and it's in our courts. It is definitely a political topic. It's, this is just what it is. It's being informed about all the sides of the political topics that we're trying to get into.
Guys, let me comment on that real quick. Okay, this is not political. I am not saying Democrat good, Republican bad, or anything else like that. I'm telling you facts. Okay, facts don't care about your feelings. Here's how this works. The facts are that the Trump administration had this problem solved. The facts are that the Biden administration opened it back up again. I'm not saying one's bad or one's good. I mean, there's people out there that think that what NAR is doing is good. Fine. Okay, so that makes Biden administration a hero. Fantastic, whatever. Okay, I'm not saying one thing is good or bad. So if you got your panties in a bunch because we talked about politics, I'm not saying one thing is good and one thing is bad. I'm just giving you the facts. Okay, you're reading into that. Okay, don't do that. This is a political issue. It is. Okay, we're dealing with the Department of Justice. That's politics. That's all there is to it, folks. I'm just giving you the facts. Nowhere did I say, nary did I say this is good and this is bad. Period. End of story. If you think that what's happening to the real estate industry is a good thing, then I guess that means that you love the Biden administration and they're doing a great job. Fine. Okay. This is not about politics. This is about facts. You determine whether it's good or bad.
All right, guys. On that note, because you got to go back to work. Any other last minute questions about anything, about the presentation, about what we do, what we offer, what we have coming up, anything at all? This is Speak Now or Forever Hold Your Peace.
While you're typing questions, folks, think about this. This is C4. This is the greatest hits. Okay. I mean, this is $19. Within the first 30 days after you get this training, you're going to have a deal. You're going to have a deal, folks. I mean, if not several, using this program, and it's $19. So you invest $19 and we're going to make sure you get a deal within the first 30 days. That's $20,000 of you in the state of California. You cannot afford not to give this a try. The upside is immense. The downside is zero. That is C4. That is the greatest hits. Everybody here should have that. Any other quick questions?
All right. Somebody had just sent a message about where they put their license on the website. Not quite sure what you're talking about. So go ahead and send us an email at support.
They're trying to RSVP for the seminar. Okay. When you RSVP for the seminar, it'll ask you for your DRE number. That's where you put it in. So just click the seminar that you want. If you want to go to Pechanga, just click the RSVP for Pechanga. It'll ask you some questions like your name. okay, and who you are and your DRE number. You put it right in there. That's if you're trying to RSVP for the seminar, that's where you put it.
And if you have any questions, any further questions, always email our staff support at thecareercompass.com. We're more than happy to help you. Yes, we will see you in April. Looking forward to the next seminar in Pechanga. And we do, if you guys want a repeat of this, we are going to do another repeat of this presentation this Friday at 10 a.m. You can see that on our website too at thecareercompass.com. Just tap under free classes and you can RSVP for that one too, in case you didn't get a question answered or would just like to see it again or share it with your broker, share it with other people in your office. All are welcomed, all across the country, all are welcomed in this. We just want to make sure that everybody is informed and has what you need to succeed.
And by the way, the one on Friday is live. It's not a recording, and it's not just a replay of this one. We always do our classes on Zoom live. All of your C4 classes live, okay? Your greatest hits, okay? We recorded them live right here in the studio, right on the CD. So when you come on Friday, if you'd like to see this again, it'll be live again, okay? It will not be, today is what is today? Today's Thursday? No, Wednesday. Wednesday, the 20th, okay? And we'll be doing one on the 22nd, and it will be live again, okay? No Memorex. Is it live or is it Memorex? It is live with the Career Compass. All of our training is live. Come to the Career Compass seminar, get into C4. Folks, if you can't get into C, if this doesn't make sense to you, maybe real estate's not the business for you guys. $19 for a lifetime, an absolute encyclopedia of how to be successful. The greatest hits, you absolutely need that. Those are the 3 pillars of real estate success: live events, recorded training, ongoing support. There's your 3 pillars. You are guaranteed to be successful.
And
I will
Beef,
see
I know
everybody
you've
on Friday.
answered, hold on, Beef, wait, I
Yep.
know you've answered this question before, but somebody just threw it in there. Can you, in your very shortest abbreviated version, the difference between the Greatest Hits Classics and the Greatest Hits Platinum?
Okay, greatest hits classic. All the tools and techniques, audio. This is the ones you listen to. This is audio only, okay? You already have those. This is what you already bought at the seminar, audio only. The discs, the flash drives, this is audio, you're listening to them. This is audio, video from the field, PowerPoint, Keynote, PDFs, forms, letters, website, everything. This is 10 times what the other one is.
All right. Thank you for the shorten. Yes, you do. If you want to get the discounts today that we talked about for the Greatest Hits Platinum, they are good until midnight tonight. So make sure you get those in there and make your purchases. If you have any questions or problems, feel free to give our office a call or shoot us an email, and we would be happy to help you.
Folks, I will see you on Friday. I will see you at the Career Compass seminar. I will see you on C4, and I will see you in the Greatest Hits. Good luck, good selling. God bless. Thank you for being here. Let's go get them, folks. Take care. Thanks very much.
Perfect. If your question was not able to be answered in the chat, please send us an email at support@thecareercompass.com. Again, support, SUPPORT, at thecareercompass.com, and we will be happy to answer your questions as soon as we can. Thank you guys for joining us. Good luck and good selling.